planning a grand ball for this month.
Oh, it's the ball
I'm sure
month.
the students will be most pleased.
Yes, certainly. However, we must not devote all of our time to frivolity. We have a new mission for you. We have found evidence of someone sneaking into an unused chapel.
Something stolen?
No, there is nothing of value in that building. We do not yet know what the intruder's objectives are.
This month, your class is tasked with guarding the chapel and investigating these intruders. With the recent state of affairs surrounding the Holy Church, we cannot afford to overlook any abnormality, no matter how seemingly trivial.
I am ordering a seasoned knight to assist you to ensure the safety of the students. In times like these, I am afraid we must always expect the worst.
Which night?
Reporting for duty, Lady Rhea.
I thought you two could use the time to bond. And to speak of important matters.
Appreciate the thought.
Bear in mind that Gerald has a separate mission of his own. He will join you once he has finished it.
It's true. I'll be away from the monastery for a while. But when I return, I'll come and watch you work. I'll be looking forward to it.
Alright, we're going exploring. We got ourselves... Dorothea, this is your month. You may already know where I'm going with this, but Dorothea, this is going to be your month. I think I have to accept the quest from Rhea first. And then from there, we will get started on Dorothea's big motion.
Before the ball, it is customary that we host a competition of dance known as the White Heron Cup. The students are quite fond of this tradition. Each house must select a representative to compete. Their dance shall be judged by its beauty, grace, and technique. The student who is deemed the winner will be given the opportunity to train as a dancer, should they so please. It is a very precious thing, the gift of dance. I hope that you and your students will choose to participate.
Okay,
May
view
I
that
ask
quest.
a favor of you?
The White Heron Cup is a competition of skill and grace in dance. Please encourage your house to participate. That said, if you are serious about winning, be sure to choose your representative carefully. The White Heron Cup dance contest takes place at the beginning of Week 3. Select a student to represent your house by the end of Week 2. If you have your selected student may learn a unique way to inspire your allies in combat. Yes. Okay, well, I already have my representative chosen.
I wonder if Remire Village will ever be the same again. How do you recover from such a terrible event? So many dead, so much destroyed. I can't see how the whole village doesn't just end up abandoned. I'm sorry, Professor. I'm talking about such grim and terrible things when we could be talking about the White Heron Cup. It's a big dance contest between the classes, and I simply adore dancing. I'm quite good at it, since I was a diva in an opera company, you know.
That's exactly why I am choosing you.
I think my heart just skipped a beat. You want me to represent the class? I'm not sure when I last experienced such flattery, Professor.
Okay, if you speak to your White Heron Cup representative, you can give them one-on-one dance lesson. Do so and their charm will increase. Pretty sure Dorothea has the highest charm out of a lot of us? Or no, did Annette have higher charm? Annette's already got a gimmick though. Let's give Dorothea a gimmick. So this is all that this is. Just silently standing here while these two children who I don't know are watching us dance. I find it funny too. Manuela's instructing this rando. Hanneman's instructing that rando. And there's just a rando back there dancing with herself. That's enough of that. Oh, hey, Constance.
What could I
Interesting seeing you up on the surface. Okay, so now what do I do with the rest of my free time? Hey, Destroyer, how you doing?
So, Tomas the librarian was a bad guy? But he always seemed so nice.
Pac-Man's a bad guy?
Oh, come on, Self, you're better than this. You promised you'd be on top of things this month.
Hey, Claude.
Someone entered the old chapel. I think the townsfolk used it for feasts and such in the past. With that whole Tomas business, you can't blame the church for being on edge.
He's just like, oh, here he is. He's hiding around the corner.
The ball is coming up soon. I am so excited. I can't wait to fill up on food while everyone's dancing. I even heard there'll be some prime cuts of meat.
Don't ever change, Raphael. I love you. Anyway, here's a spoon. This'll help you.
Oh, hey! I can't believe I dropped this. Thanks for bringing it to me.
The ball. A grim reminder of my sad reality.
It's true that Tomas was employed here under the recommendation of House Ordelia, but that's all I know of the topic. I never even seen him prior to enrolling here. Even when he was supposedly in Ordelia territory, I never once saw him there. I'm still feeling bothered by all of this, but there's not much else I can say about it right now.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Merced has finally accepted my invitation to go to tea.
Professor,
Okay, she likes the berry
did you
blend
call
too,
for
if
me?
I remember.
This tea is my favorite.
12 seconds later.
We did it! Perfect tea time!
Oh, was there something you were looking for?
Okay, well that's awkward. Gifts? I've got a lot of things that Mercedes enjoys, actually. Like this tasty baked treat.
Oh my, this is great. Thank you so much.
Is there a limit to how many gifts you can give people? Oh, I got another tasty baked treat.
Oh my, this is great. Thank you so much. Yes.
Are these gemstone beads that are also on your list?
Oh my, this is great. Thank you so much.
Is there no limit? Can I just, like, spam approval with her? Hold on, for science.
A few minutes later.
What's our approval at now? I'm legitimately curious. Of course we gotta support, I'm assuming, right? Yeah, well, we can't unlock that support because it needs to be blocked behind the story, but we did get it. Dimitri would like to speak to you. Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you for your help the other day, Professor. Please, allow me to express my gratitude by taking you to dinner.
It was nothing.
Nonsense. Your guidance was magnificent. Just what I'd expect from a professor at this esteemed academy. I've studied swordsmanship for some time, but your mercenary skills are something else entirely. Speaking of which, there's another question I must ask you. Were you reconciled with the reality of battle from your first foray? With the killing part, I mean?
No, it's never easy.
I see.
And you?
No. I do not carry that burden well. I doubt that will change, no matter how many years come and go. The first time I led on the battlefield, I was sent to quell a rebellion in the west. It was not a difficult fight. The enemy was not well trained and their morale was low. A swing of the lance and your opponent falls. A flash of your blade and a path opens up. That's the sort of battle it was. Easy, right?
You did what you had to do.
That's one way to look at it. The leader of the rebel army was defeated, and the rebellion quelled. This was at the height of the post-war period. I recall coming across a dead soldier's body. He was clutching a locket, and inside was a lock of golden hair. I don't know to whom it belonged. His wife? His daughter? Mother? Lover? I'll never know. He was a soldier, an enemy, someone we had cut down without hesitation. But in that moment, I realized he was also a real person, just like the rest of us. Of course, we cannot stand idly by and allow anyone to commit senseless acts of violence. Yet, in dispensing what we call justice, we take the lives of cherished family members, beloved friends. Killing is part of the job, but even so, there are times when I'm chilled to the bone by the depravity of my own actions.
See, I've felt the same way.
That you feel the same way is more comforting than you could know. Professor, may I speak freely? When we first met, I thought of you as someone who felt no strong feelings about killing your enemies. I could never trust someone who kills without batting an eye. My heart won't allow it. But after speaking with you and getting to know you better, I can see you're not like that. Now I know, with all my heart, that I can trust you. Thank you for that.
You're curious to know how Bernadetta is doing. Yes, please.
Great weather today. Perfect for shutting yourself inside, don't you think?
Mood. Definitely.
I'm glad you get it. With great weather like this, there'll be no one inside to bother us. I love feeling like I'm all alone in the world.
That part I don't agree on as much. What made you such a recluse?
Oh, that. Well, I guess I can tell you, Professor. My father's obsessed with money. He's only ever seen me as bait for a rich husband. To train me to be a good wife, he'd do things like tie me to a chair. I tried hard to do as he asked. Honestly, I did. But before I knew it, I just couldn't bring myself to leave my room anymore.
Why not?
I just had this overwhelming feeling of fear all the time. No matter how hard I tried, my father never thought I was good enough. After that, it was just constant scolding. He couldn't say 2 words to me without mentioning how useless I was. An unmarriageable girl. My life was isolated, to say the least. I wasn't allowed to play with other kids, let alone make friends. Soon, I stopped wanting that. I was happiest alone, but even that made him mad. And when he tried to drag me outside, I kicked and screamed so much, I seriously hurt myself. He's calmed down a bit in recent years. His constant torment was replaced with complete indifference. He mostly acts like I don't exist now.
How did you end up at the monastery?
If you can believe it, I was basically kidnapped. My mother ordered an attendant to stuff me in a bag while I was sleeping. By the time I figured out what was going on, I was already here. For a while, I was sure I was going to die. But here I am. Look at me, still breathing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you down talking like that about my past. Just forget everything I told you. There's no point in talking about myself anyway.
Bernie.
Oh, this is why everyone hates you, Bernie.
Thank you for confiding in me.
What? No, it's not. Oh, Professor, how can you be so kind to me? I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. Please don't look at me.
That makes me actually sad.
Ahem. Ladies and gentlemen, my sincerest apologies for the wait. Thank you for gathering here on the eve of the highly anticipated ball.
It's the ball.
To bear witness to the Academy-wide dance competition. Welcome.
I'm
to
genuinely
the
curious.
Heron
Like,
Cup.
it's either going to be Claude or Leone who goes up for the Golden Deer, because they're the only 2 Golden Deer remaining. And then Edelgard has to either put herself or Hubert up.
And also, the acclaimed former songstress
So this is going to be interesting.
Manuela Casagranda.
Yes, thank you. Oh, and it should go without saying, but I swear to show no bias to my own house. Got it? Good.
Last but not least, the glamorous assassin who does all of her dancing in the dead of night, Shamir Navrand. The 3 of us swear on our honor to judge the following proceedings with utmost impartiality and fairness. And with that, will the representatives of each house please make their way to the stage? Contestants!
Okay, so Edelgard and Claude did put themselves forward.
And is the band prepared to play? Very well. Begin!
And the band begins to play.
That's all, folks. Splendid! All three of you were fantastic. Now, let's hear what the judges have to say.
Oh my, let's see. I suppose I have no choice but to vote for the Golden Deer House.
Oh, she didn't even vote for
say I
Dorothea,
was
her own,
surprised
like,
by your
understudy.
Inventive style.
Oh
I vote
no.
for the Blue Lion House.
Okay, so we did get a vote
you
for
carried
Dorothea,
yourself
that's
with
good. Usually Dorothea gets the first vote. Or not Dorothea, but
Great
whoever I
feedback,
choose
both
usually
of you.
ends up getting the
Well
first
then,
vote. So
let's
this is
see.
a different
Factoring in my
way of
own
doing it, and I'm a
humble
little
opinion,
I'm a little shocked.
Yes, we have a winner. The Blue Lion House.
Okay, we won. We still won.
I wonder if I can use this to bolster my singing career.
Once more, please give a big round of applause for our talented participants.
Okay, good job, Dorothea. We did it. And she unlocks the dancer class.
This is the only ball of the year, and I see why. Everyone is absurdly excited.
Your Highness, you sound so detached. We are all encouraged to enjoy the ball tomorrow.
Right you are. What a burden.
Huh. I never thought we'd see eye to eye, but I agree. I'd rather be swinging my blade than wasting my time with some girl at a ball.
Felix, Your Highness, you must be joking, right? This is our chance to dance with all of the ladies of the Academy to our heart's content. You wish to throw away the best day of the whole year for sword practice? Insanity, I tell you.
I'm pretty excited about the ball myself. It's not like we get to do things like this very often.
Too true, Ash. In fact, I'm going to do you a favor and give you a crash course in chatting up girls. By tomorrow, you'll be an expert.
Actually, I'd much prefer if someone could just teach me how to dance.
Don't worry about the dancing part. I can teach you that easy.
It's time for the ball. That warrants at least a tiny bit of makeup, don't you think, Ingrid? Just a smidge.
Maybe. I'll think about it.
It's settled. Tomorrow morning we'll meet up in Ingrid's room. Ooh, I can't wait!
You know, there's no telling where life will take us after we leave here. If only we could find a way to come together again, just like this.
A fine notion, Your Highness. Perhaps 5 years from now?
5 years from now? Ah, that's when Garrigmach Monastery will be holding its Millennium Festival.
By then, we'll be addressing Your Highness as Your Majesty instead.
That's right. I suppose we all know it's coming, but by then you'll be far removed from us.
Come now, you know me better than that. My title may change, but I won't. And it won't just be me, you know. 5 years from now, you'll all have your own stuffy positions to contend with. But as I understand it, the festivities at the Millennium Festival will be of a scale far beyond anything we've yet seen. In other words, the perfect excuse for all of us to return here.
Ooh, a reunion? That sounds fun! I wouldn't miss it for the world!
I'd love for you to be there as well, Professor. After all, you're the heart of the Blue Lion House.
I'll be there.
Good. Then it's settled. Of course, if something happens and I'm not able to attend, I'm leaving all of the logistics of organizing this reunion to you, Professor.
You have to attend.
It's true. I'm sure being a king will keep you busy, but it's a bit early to be backing out of your own plans, don't you think?
Yes, I suppose you're right. I'm sorry. You have my word. I will return as well. Count on it.
Good thing I got everybody dressed up for the occasion. Imagine if we showed up to this in our basketball uniforms. Wouldn't make a difference because this is a pre-rendered cutscene. Meanwhile, I did not change out of my default outfit. Neither did Claude, actually, though.
Running away?
Oh, I didn't even think of this.
I understand.
Who was gonna
You
be
hardly have
in
the time
the
to
Goddess
breathe in
Tower
there.
with me?
It must be hard to be the favorite teacher at the ball. Poor professor.
So the Goddess Tower is an event where someone shows up, and it's kind of like implied that's who you're on course to romance. It's not like saying like this is who you're romancing, because you still have to choose at the end of the game. But this is kind of like a thing where you encounter someone who you're like probably like on the I'm not good at explaining things. This is the person you're probably romancing. You've been probably trying to romance, but I haven't actually been trying to romance anyone. It is difficult.
So you do think you're the favorite? I might have known.
Oh, hi, Dimitri.
Professor, what
Pretty
are
sure
you
you
doing?
encounter the team or the house leader here every time, anyway. Aren't you gonna dance with Edelgard?
No, I should think not. As a child, Edelgard taught me how to dance. It was a bit awkward, honestly.
As a child?
I've told you before that we're siblings by marriage, haven't I? Her birth mother was my stepmother, although I didn't know that at the time. My stepmother treated me with such kindness, just as though I were her own flesh and blood. And yet she never so much as hinted that she had her own child, Edelgard. We were born and raised in different territories, without ever knowing the other even existed. Yet, against all odds, for just over a year, we became childhood friends.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you would ask siblings, because he's literally told you he didn't know that at the time. Friends.
Indeed. Unaware of each other's stations or backgrounds, we met and became incredibly close. This was when she and Lord Arundel were living in the kingdom. I ran into her when visiting Lord Arundel's residence with my father. She seemed quite bored with everything. At first, I found her to be difficult and stubborn. But that facade quickly fell away, revealing her true self beneath. That's around the time when she taught me how to dance. Her instruction was, oh, let's call it strict, to put it nicely.
You're supposed to lead with your right.
Oh, the sun's going down. I really ought to be heading home.
Oh, they're cute as kids.
That 1 year before she had to return to the Empire was so much fun. The time of my life in many ways. It's kind of pathetic to think about it all these years later. But can you guess what I gave her as a parting gift?
A dagger? I may already know the answer.
Huh. Good guess, Professor. But I swear, it came from the heart. In Fargus, we've long considered blades as tools of destiny, as a way to cut a path to a better future. She was being dragged all over, unable to live the life she wanted. I thought the dagger could help her cut a path to the future she dreamed of. However, that was many years ago. I'm sure she's forgotten all about the boy I was back then.
It's not too late to reconnect.
I'm afraid it's far too late for that. Things are different now. She's different. I'm different. Anyway, I'm feeling a bit out of place here. Festivities like this don't suit me. Still, I suppose I should get back in there. Goodbye, Professor.
But where is there to run? This place is filled with joyful students looking for a dance.
I wonder where. I already kind of spoiled that one with my own musings.
I see. The Goddess Tower waits for you.
And you know, that place that Seth was complaining that people were breaking into? I'm gonna be that people.
Why, Professor, I was wondering where you ran
Mercedes.
to. I searched
That's
the entire floor but couldn't find you
interesting choice.
anywhere. Tired, are we? I can tell by that look on your face. It must be exhausting being so popular, huh? Say, Professor, have you heard the legend of the Goddess Tower? They say that if two people exchange a vow here, the goddess herself will fulfill it.
I've never heard that before.
Well, that simply won't do. You'll fall behind if you can't keep up with your students. Many young couples come here in private, all thanks to that legend. They make promises to stay together forever, things like that.
And never
I
to part.
actually saw a man invite a lady to join him at the tower while on my way here. It's rather romantic, don't you think? Are you waiting on anyone, Professor?
Are we romancing Mercedes now? Oh, duh. I know why this is happening. Because I went crazy when I found out that I could just give people gifts. I was like half expecting it to be either Dimitri or Didu who would show up in the Goddess Tower. Because I know I had like higher supports with them compared to some of the other ones, and like Annette I had really strong supports with, but you can't romance Annette as a female pilot.
Thank you.
Maybe even Dorothea. I thought maybe we had a high support with her, but I was not expecting Mercedes.
It seems that everyone is having a delightful time. Will you not dance some more?
I'm tired. I'd rather not.
How dull of you. Had I a body of my own? Oh, I would sing and dance until I fell upon the ground. But you... do as you will. Oh, you're not the only one who feels that way. Look over there.
Ray is sneaking out too.
I'm bored beyond compare. Will you not follow her?
And we're gonna be treated to a little musical number here.
Song. I feel that I have heard it in the past. Actually, it is not that I have heard it. Did I once sing that song to someone? No, there's more. I wrote this song. Oh, but how could that be so? If that were true, then how could she be singing it? Unless... No. I am suddenly so exhausted. As are you, no doubt? Quickly then, to bed with you.
Okay, to bed we go.